Oh boy, we needed it, you know? Right back on track, Super Bowl in sight, big Cowboys dub. Welcome to the Cowboys DLLS postgame show where we are thrilled. It's meow. Can I just tell you, I love our chat.
What they talking about?
I teased how excited we were about a Cowboys win, and every response is who needs to be fired and who's terrible.
Proud.
Welcome in, everybody.
Proud of our beloved chat.
Shout out to Blanco.
How about them Cowboys?
Shout out to Blanco. Win is a win, damn it.
False.
Welcome to the DLLS Cowboys postgame show. My name is Jeff, and it's good to see you. Ahem. Next to me is the great and powerful, most influential man in Cowboys media, the great Vach Lombardi.
Hey, Vachi.
Oh, what's up, y'all? Hey, let me tell you something. If I was the host, I would have just played the drop and just said, hey, and then we got Joe Hoyt from DLLS. He's typing up something right now going crazy, and then Joe's thing will drop.
Kwame,
Damn.
27.
And then we just move right on to KG.
Well, I don't have a drop, so I'll just say, hello, world. Hi. How are you?
Doing?
Anything is possible.
Oh, that's my drop. There it is. That's the Home Alone drop. Get it!
That's it.
There it is. Love you, Cat.
Okay.
Yes.
So here's how I want to start.
If it was me.
You got intercepted.
Here's how I want to start.
Our quarterback got intercepted.
Intercepted.
Here's how I want to start.
Sorry.
Big six.
Let's start with the super chat.
Zeke is going to the Super Bowl. How do y'all feel? I like the guy who said Jeff equals annoying. He's good. That's fun. Dak's still trash. Fire everybody. Okay. So nobody's going to accept the fact that, won a football game.
Well, Jeff, I think this is the issue. You know that you're a talented team. And you know that I think you're a talented team. You got some all pros and pro bowlers all across your team. And you look around the league and you see people with talent that's worse than ours. And they win games. They can run the football. And we have a particular list of impediments. We're not good stopping the run. We're not good at getting CeeDee Lamb the football. And,
No, they can actually get CeeDee Lamb the football. That's the only about the good thing they can do.
Well, see, this is the problem, though. Even if CeeDee Lamb receives 100 yards and 3 touchdowns, he could have gotten 250 yards and 5 touchdowns. That's my problem. So if you're somebody in the audience, because you're an educated fan, regardless of what Jerry Jones says to you or Mike McCarthy says to you, you are an educated fan. And if you look at that win and go, man, we should have beaten that bad Giants team by 40, you would be correct. You'll be absolutely right. So, yeah, Jeff, there's going to be some people in the chat that are not satisfied with squeaking by and fighting for our life off of a Brandon Aubrey missed field goal in which he's your best offensive player.
I like squeaking by more than I like losing, but I agree with you.
Same thing.
I agree with pretty much everything you said. I just feel like I have a responsibility now, if everybody's going to be all sad and angry, to pretend that I'm happy, to represent the happy people, because we won. I think they might need me.
We get paid.
They might need me.
We get paid a good amount to not be angry here. We're happy as hell right here. We're all.
Oh no, I'm pissed.
We love.
You can speak for yourself.
What happened?
You can speak for yourself. I'm pissed, but
Okay,
we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay, please, Joe, give us some objectivity. I'm hosting that.
So the objective point here is, at the end of the day, there's good wins, there's bad wins, right?
Sure.
No.
Well, good teams win, great teams cover. And they didn't cover tonight.
It depends.
Oh,
I spoke
boy.
to somebody off camera just a little bit ago that got in early and said that they did cover.
What, at 4.5?
It must have been at 4.5.
Yeah, but it went back to
I
5.
saw 5.5.
Yeah,
as well.
5.5 was the end. And I think that's also telling for, like, hey, man, you can go out there and win games, but how are you going to fare against the rest of the NFC?
It's really, so what was really weird about this game to me is Dak was good.
Really good.
Very efficient.
I got
Yeah,
a
it was
good, I got a
yeah.
good next gen stat that just popped.
So
That Prescott's plus 21.2% completion over expected was his highest mark in a game since Week 12, 2022 against
Seattle.
Giants.
Giants.
And that's got to be a theme because watching the game, like I feel like at one point Dak was 14 of 16 or something like that.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
I was like, I've been watching, so I know all 16 of the throws. There wasn't an open play.
No.
Like they just to look at it and go, wait a minute, Dak played well. They got away from the CD thing, but early on it was like they could get the ball. They got the ball to CD a lot, and Rico averaged over 4.5 a carry. Like all of these things, you're like, oh, okay, that they protected well enough.
Sure.
And then I look up and I'm like, 20?
Yeah.
How's that add up to 20? And there was a bunch of penalties. So like there's a whole bunch of things that we can go through. But there were things that their run defense is awful, right?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
are you all smiling at? Their run defense. How you gonna
Kevin.
be pissed wearing a
Wearing a
Snoopy
Snoopy
shirt?
How you gonna be pissed wearing a Snoopy shirt?
I can't even.
He can't even.
I can't
It's
even.
an I can't even.
I
shirt.
can't even. That's a good call though, Daniel. Good call though. Good call though.
But to your point,
So
though, Jeff,
there were a bunch of things that you're hoping to see that you saw. We're like, hey, yeah, the quarterback is playing really well. They're getting the ball to CD. The running game is working a little bit. And if you want to talk about for a one-game sample size, Devin Singletary rushed 14 times for 24 yards. Their running back got 1.7 yards a carry.
progress.
Their other running back got half a yard a carry. The other one got 1 yard a carry. Holy crap, they played run defense. Mazi played the best game of his career. It's all these different things. But the game ends,
Sure.
and I'm thinking the same thing I think a lot of people are thinking, which is, I bet this offense was good as hell in 05
Yeah.
when this was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
cutting edge
Yeah.
stuff. But man, they make
Because if they
everything
ran
so
one
hard.
more curl route tonight, if they ran one more, bro,
that was my point. KG, let me say something.
Intercepted.
Look here,
So you
man.
took hosting. He took your point.
There's no. This is good. Somebody in the chat right now is blaming this on Dak for some reason. We're always going to have Cowboy fans is going to find a way to blame this on for. But you should be encouraged. You should be. Can't put me on this camera on the one that's close to me, please, so I can point at their damn face. Which one? This one. You should be encouraged because I ran this exercise, and let me tell you the good thing about Amazon. Amazon got the joint with the lines on the screen, and they back out a little bit so you can see the receivers. I dead ass stood up. I can say dead ass. I can say that.
Yeah.
I dead ass
Been
stood
said.
up,
Yeah.
and I stood next to my TV. And I counted the curls. I counted the stops. I counted the hitches. I counted the comebacks. It was even more soul glow. It was curls all day. And I'm looking at this and I'm going, if Dak Prescott can do this, like 12 for 13, 12 for 15, if he can do this with all curls, the minute you open this offense up, fantasticness is going to happen. It just all depends on
not a
if you're
word.
stubborn. It is one a day. I'll be
not a
damned.
word.
But it all depends on if your stubborn play caller will open this thing up.
But it's contingent on it opening up. And I'll be honest with you, there's not a lot of optimism for it opening up between the curls, between the lack of a running game. Yeah, they ran the ball better tonight. Still 3.5 yards per carry.
Sure.
You know, I mean, I still think that we're kind of hoping, and we talked about it off camera, Vach, before, that it seemed like last year it took a while for them to start incorporating some motion, incorporating some things. Yeah, it was year one of the offense. We were told in training camp that they were going to build off what they did last year. Year number 2, we're going to hit the ground running. It feels like they went backwards.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the bad part, right? Because we felt like, oh man, whatever we did last year, let's build on that. There's no acclimation period for
Nope.
getting
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks involved
Year
or
2.
getting Lamb double-digit carries or getting Ferguson involved. Let's get some more Lipke now. And we see pieces of it, but we still curls, hitches, stops, soul glow, comebacks. And that's not effective because if you watch all the best offenses, not only do they not just run curl routes out there, but it's like 3 guys running curl routes.
Yeah.
And 1 dude running a slant. This offense has regressed and it's making me mad.
I don't appreciate that you don't acknowledge they also run slant and shoot.
Slant and shoot.
Yeah.
Okay?
The little dragon
The
concept.
slant
Is that your
and
idea of
shoot.
creativity? Slant and shoot.
Yes, it's creative.
Slant
When this guy's going to go that way, and this guy's going to go that
Slant
way.
and shoot.
Slant and shoot. Okay, I'm sorry. And curl. Soul glow.
I do think there was some, like I saw somebody in the chat just said overshown with an exclamation point. Like there's,
What about you do?
He's really fast.
We're also kind of burying the lead a little bit about Micah Parsons going off carded. Sorry.
Yeah.
oh, Micah Parsons been off. Everybody got hurt.
A lot of hurt guys.
First, Micah Parsons got hurt by Mozzie's butt.
we call
Mazi
that?
threw a butt cheek that hurt Micah's neck.
We call that a hip check or an ass check.
That's funny.
What'd you say, Nutchuck?
That's what it was. Did you watch the season replay?
How much
Did you
wood
see-
could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
I don't know, but I just think it's funnier if it was his butt. So I'm gonna say he hit him with his butt.
Okay.
And that hurt Micah's neck, and then he
It
hurt
did hurt
himself
his-
again
his little
later.
stinger. It was a
and
stinger.
Tank got hurt, and then Zach was off the field, and then Diggs was off the field, and then all of the guys got hurt. But yes, Micah being carted off would be the biggest thing. And have we seen anything? We'll have Clarence Hill, I'm sure, at some point from Joyzy. With whatever updates we can get. But yeah, Micah being carted off, not good. It did feel like, I'm like, man, this team has like 6 really good players.
And
I
all
feel
of
like
them got
all
hurt.
of them got hurt at
All
some
of them
point.
got hurt.
Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're just fighting.
Yeah, McCarthy had no update in postgame.
That's not
Okay.
good. I don't like that. I like when you lie.
Yeah,
He's going to be fine.
Tell me he's going to be fine.
They got a mini bye with the 10 days now with having beat the Giants, and then they got 10 days off.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's a little extra time for him to recover. But as a objectively not objective Cowboys fan on this particular show that I'm crashing tonight, uninspired was the word that came to mind for me. Utah has talked about the lack of creativity on the offensive end. Mazi Smith, played a really good football game. But if you watched this game and you felt any better about what the Cowboys are or are not as a football team, I don't know what necessarily to tell you, because I don't feel any better about this team based off of what they did tonight that I thought I could if they had maybe blown the doors off the Giants. I don't feel any better about this team after what I watched tonight.
and I thought they had a chance to do that. When
Agreed.
they
Yeah.
had their 2 touchdown drives, they were what, 14-6 at one point?
Scored 2
Yeah.
touchdowns
and,
first
and
2
I was
drives.
thinking, hang 30 on them.
Yeah.
30 to 14, 30 to 16, whatever, and you could come out of here feeling okay. But yeah, even those touchdown drives, it was like, man, the ball you got to squeeze in there to Brandon
And
Cooks.
Dak threw a dime to CD for the 55-yarder, too.
Right, to
Yeah.
fit it over a corner to the outside shoulder on the sideline to let CD make a play. It was just like, it's going to be hard to expect that you're going to have 5 touchdown drives when what it's going to require is 6 dimes per drive.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough to pull off. Let's rattle through some of our supers. We appreciate everybody that's here. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons.
Is that almost 300 likes already for the video?
We're on
Look at that.
Vacha's channel,
Bump it
KG.
up, bump it up.
KG, we're on Vacha's channel.
Oh, so of course it's like 1 million likes in here. Got
Go a
it.
little crazy in here. Shouts out to my people. Flames in the chat, water in the chat, 4s in the chat, CD nose wipes in the chat, all that kind of stuff. Let's see. A win is a win, but I feel uninspired. I feel you. And look,
Yeah.
you probably feel uninspired because there's not a ton of points on the board, but we should be better in the red zone. Like, that's another conversation that we keep having to come back
Penalties.
to. Like, penalties will do it to you. Drive killers. Hey, Brandon Aubrey goes crazy, but he only goes crazy if you don't score with your offense. So that's a real thing. But appreciate you though, C Black. Trevon's been in here every single week. Shouts out to you, man. He says that was ungood. Shouts out to you, sir.
Ungood.
Appreciate
It
you.
wasn't
like
great,
that.
that's for
No.
sure.
Who
I
else
like
up in
that.
here? Reese Chapman says McCarthy sucks. Jet sweep on 1st and 20 is diabolical.
Bruh, they
Indubitably.
ran a speed out to Hunter Lipke on a 3rd down, and I said, what the hell is going on around here, man? Yeah, I feel you.
That's wide receiver 2.
Whoo, boy.
Thank you to Thomas. Thank you to a person named Interest without capitalizing the I. Can we please fire Mike McCarthy into the sun?
Oh no!
I got some Shady Rays for you while you do that a little bit later on. Ching, boom.
That's something else too. I was me and Jeff kind of talked about this, during the game. There's this like evil part of me that wanted the Cowboys to like lose and look terrible just a little bit, because I feel like you need losses and terrible losses to make change. So now I feel like you walk away with this win, and now we're going, all right, we can run 3 curls and do good on offense. Like, I really want them to look terrible so that we can get some type of change in there.
There is one that's a setup for a tease,
Dang.
because there is one specific thing that happened tonight. Jerry's going to take himself off the hook and not make this team better because of one thing that happened in that game. And we're going to talk about that next on the DLLS Cowboys podcast. That was my tease to go to the break.
Yep, but first, let's talk a little bit about game time, which, before the game tonight, I checked. This was about 30 minutes before the game started, right when we were going live. You could have gotten that Cowboys-Giants game for $50. Not too bad. With all-in pricing, you knew exactly what you were going to get. There was going to be no sneaky fees hidden there. If you wanted to even get panoramic views of the seats that you could have been watching this game from, a little uninspired game, but hey, you could have watched it. You could have seen that from the app. They have the lowest price guarantee at game time. They're fantastic. If you sign up today using the code DLLS, you'll get $20 off your first purchase. So do the math, 55 divided by or minus 20, that's $35 right there. That would have been easy for an NFL game. You're not going to get that rate in a lot of places. Even the Lions game right now, Lions-Cowboys, go check that out. Prices are a little bit down on game time. Might be a good steal for you. So use the code DLLS for $20 off your first purchase. DLLS, terms apply. Go check it out.
I also need to tell you about something that you're going to need it a lot this year. It's my friends at Z-Biotics. The product is Z-Biotics pre-alcohol. It's for before, you have yourself a little evening. You're going to have some concoctions, some beverages. You want to wake up giving yourself the best chance to feel good the next day. Z-Biotics pre-alcohol. You should have had one about 3.5 hours ago. Would have been a good idea. Love my friends at Z-Biotics. Our promo code is DLLS Cowboys. So you go to zbiotics.com/DLLS Cowboys and you load up on the Z-Biotics pre-alcohol. You make it your first drink of the evening. Carry on in that way that you do. Get yourself feeling good when you wake up. You might not feel good about the performance of your team, but you could feel good if you could just eliminate thinking about that for a while. 15% off, zbiotics.com/DLLS Cowboys. What it is it's a pre-alcohol probiotic drink, the world's first genetically engineered probiotic invented by PhD scientists. They're smarter than me.
Electrolytes.
And they, would not maybe, they might be in there. It's
probably in there.
They help you tackle rough mornings after drinking. The way it works, so when you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in your gut, and it's that, not dehydration, that's to blame for the rough next day. Pre-alcohol, it produces an enzyme to help break that bad boy down. Hit them up. It is zbiotics.com/DLLS Cowboys. Thank you, my friends at Z-Biotics. Okay, so here's the thing I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. Because y'all remember, Jerry keeps saying after every game, like, we feel good about all of our players and everybody's great.
Can you do your Jerry impersonation? I love your Jerry impersonation.
Okay. Is there a position that you men would like to and would like to talk about? Is there a group position that you has a level of alarm or concern with you? Is there something? Because I realized tonight, and I told you guys before, and I did, and I do, and we will. I told you, we're good at everything. We like Rico, Rick. Is it Rico?
Ricky Dowdle.
Ricky. Ricky Dodd run it good, and I don't know. I don't know. Zekel good. I don't know if you guys saw this, and I did, and you could, and would, and should, and did if you were watching on Amazon Prime, which we're proud to partner with Prime. It gets us a lot of money for. So then what's going to happen is, like, their run defense has been the worst run defense in the history of the world.
Sure.
And tonight it was good, especially against an offensive line for the Giants that has literally one NFL player on it. But they did, like, that's the best football I've ever seen Mazi Smith play.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's the best NFL football Mazi Smith has ever
Definitely
played.
agree on that.
And I'll have to see snap counts later, but I feel like Mazi and Osa probably had to play a whole lot of snaps.
I think I saw Linval Joseph maybe 5 times.
Yeah, because I remember one play where the running back was going this way and he was trying to chase him and he wouldn't go anywhere. And I was like, oh no, he's out there.
Can't do it.
Business decision. Nope.
Yeah. No.
so-
Right. Exactly.
So now Jerry's going to come strutting out and he's going to be like our guys.
Yeah.
You see what our D tackles
Told
did?
you Mazi was coming around.
We shut down that run game. We don't need help stopping the run. Jerry's going to feel good about that. And I'm happy that they won the game, and I'm thrilled that Mazi appeared to have played good football, and your linebackers were flying around, and there were no big gashing runs, and you shut down the run game pretty good.
Oh, but Jeff,
What?
cornerback 2 wasn't good. So as soon as we fix one problem,
Food,
Yeah.
boy.
as soon as we fix one problem, another one just comes
Food.
creeping up in here.
No NFL team has enough good corners, so to be down Bland and then be down Carson, who was struggling in his own right, and then Booth, they were like, all right, seen enough, you're out of there. And then it was AO's turn. It was like, oh, that's
And
not
he did
good
the
either.
same thing.
Hey, but he got that
game
pick
sealing
in the
pick,
game,
though.
though. Got that game sealing pick in the
Because they was throwing at him. If you keep throwing at me, I'm going to catch one at least once.
And it was a Daniel Jones deep ball. If Daniel Jones has to throw to a non-open receiver more than 6 yards down the field, it's going to the other team.
good.
If he was half
Interception.
competent at deep balls, they
Yeah.
probably would have won tonight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, they couldn't complete a deep ball to save their lives because Daniel Jones can't throw a football.
He was underthrown on free plays
Yeah.
for deep balls.
Yeah. Tyler
So-
Guyton, if we want to move on to the next topic of
Oh.
discussion, Tyler Guyton held on a free play, and I don't appreciate it.
I got both tackles not playing.
Both tackles weren't good tonight.
I get it that if you think you're about to get your quarterback hit, you hold.
Yeah, just
like,
hold.
you're like, I'm just trying to
Hang
save
on
your
for
life,
dear
dude.
life, yeah.
But
Yeah.
if I'm Dak, I might be like, look, I'm willing to risk getting hit because we all knew this was a free play.
Especially
if I take that hit,
your
I take that
dude
hit.
is the free play dude.
Yeah.
Don't hold the free play dude.
No,
Yeah.
let me chunk this thing
Yeah.
and see what happens.
They
and if it
completed
turns
it,
out
too.
that it's and he got it to Tolbert.
They completed it,
and it
yeah.
would have been a big play. So I guess that's the next thing. Like I feel like on the whole, they pass protected okay. They run blocked okay. And I guess it's just a waiting game and see what happens. But this is the Tyler Guyton that I worried you would see as a rookie.
Sure.
And then camp happened. He looked pretty good. Preseason, he looked pretty good. And I was an idiot and let go of watching all of his college tape and everything that I thought we were going to have as a rookie and went to, holy crap, he's been saved by Big Duke.
You weren't alone though in that.
We're going.
Yeah, I think a lot of us felt
Yeah,
like
you were
there
not
was some
alone on
progress there. But
We're
I
going
mean,
to take
it's-
some time at left tackle.
Yeah, it's going to take some time. He's a rookie. He was still raw coming out of college, and you're seeing those growing pains happening in front of your eyes. And you just hope that there aren't so many of those busted plays where he's going to get your $60 million quarterback injured. So hopefully, as the rest of the season goes on, you'll see that progress. But yeah, it's going to take some time. By the way, on the penalty front, Cowboys tonight,
150.
11 penalties for 89 yards.
The yard's not too bad.
Oh.
11.
Yardage could have been worse.
Can
Yeah.
I just cut off the whole conversation that I started because I realized I ruined the format of the show?
Okay.
Beginning of the second segment is the Empire Impact Player of the Game. For
Oh.
crying out loud.
It ain't
Oh,
Tyler
man.
And I bet you if I pull
Wow.
my phone out of my pocket, I have texts from Katya that are like, hey, idiot. Well, then I appreciate you not calling me an idiot. But thanks to our friends at Empire Today, the Impact Player of the Game. Dakota?
Yeah, give it to Dak.
What's that? Yeah, it's somewhere inside. Dakota Prescott?
Ricky Dollar.
Not Ricky Dottle. I mean, it could be. Look, I mean, we can
Mazi Smith.
We can vote. I mean,
Are we only doing one or do we do an individual one?
I
Probably one of the linebackers, right?
think we vote. I think we vote.
Oh, I like this.
I go
Okay.
Dak.
Okay.
Overshown.
I go Dak because
what I'm
they don't
talking
win
about.
that game without him.
That's what I'm talking about.
I take that back. I go Dak. Because they don't win that game without him.
How many guys are on this set?
4.
4. That's your impact player of the game.
Dak Prescott.
4.
Only took one sack, 22 of 27, 221 yards, over 8 yards per attempt, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, all while there is not a single play in the entire playbook that gets a person open.
It's wild. I mean,
More tight window throws.
Yeah.
yeah,
A lot like last week.
The average yards of separation, only Jake Ferguson had above 3 last week.
Wow.
I think Hunter Lipke might be the only one who has above 3 this week.
Well, that's because he threw like an out
Exactly.
for 3 yards
Speed out
on
on
third and 12.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and
if you want
I was
to
talking about a little bit earlier.
And
Exactly.
if you want to guess all the other routes, they were probably curl routes.
Yeah,
There's always
exactly.
a curl route and one other route. Hunter Lipke was the one other route, and that's why he was wide open. That's why Dak didn't throw it to anybody else. It was all curls. Yeah. I see this offense.
There's so many things. I like winning. I'm glad that they won.
It's hard.
But I feel like we could
like
go
it's
down
hard
a-
to win in the NFL. Like it's just hard to win in the NFL.
Not usually against the Giants.
I was just say, it's a team they
They have
outscored.
done that, yes, against the
usually
Giants.
against the
But I mean, if you're going to take the ultra positive side of this, they won a football game. And if anything else, you could not go into this mini bye with a loss to the Giants on the road. You just simply couldn't do it. They did it. They found a way. There are a lot of things that still have to be corrected, obviously, and I'm sure this Cowboys team in the locker room is thinking, look, we found a way to get a win. How do we clean this up over the next 10 days? How do we get healthy over the next 10 days so that by the time we get back on the field, at least we can build on something versus, the sky is falling if they had lost to the Giants. That's the only positive, I think, for me I could take away based off what happened tonight.
And speaking of building something, I think that's kind of a key thing you said because at the end of the day, this is a long season, right? There were 8 teams in the NFC with a 1-2 record going in this game. Everyone else was either 2-1 or 3-0, which means
2-2.
now they're 2-2, which
Yeah.
means they're right back in it from that standpoint. But you start to wonder, okay, well, how do you compete against the Lions or the Vikings or some of these teams that are 3-0? Well, you build to it, and I think the biggest thing they did tonight from a team perspective, from a positive perspective, coming from a guy who picked them to lose,
Idiot.
dumb ass.
Wow.
Can we say that?
Yeah,
It's been said.
that's the first time I've
It's
sworn
been
here.
said.
Can we say that?
But they showed progress on run defense, and I think
Yeah.
if that was the one thing, if they could not stop the run tonight, they weren't going to win tonight. They weren't going to win tomorrow. They weren't going to win any other games. I think the rest of this season, to be honest with you, could not stop the run. They made progress that tonight. They averaged just 1.11 yards against them. They showed progress.
I would salute to Dak Prescott. He's our Empire. He's our Empire Impact Player of the Game. Go to EmpireToday.com/DLLS for $350 off. To the point of that, I think it is. They needed to see that. The fan base needed to see that you could have a game where you play decent run defense, and that maybe it's not going to doom your entire season. But I think even continuing down that road. Everything that Jordan Lewis said when he talked to the media this week, Micah Parsons said when he talked to the media this week, they did not express optimism really about getting better at defense. And if you got gashed again, I think the reason was they think there's a position group on this defense that can't do their job. And so it's like, we'll see, I guess. We'll see.
Yeah.
Because they're like, those guys can't play. And if you had that happen again against a bad team and you lost, that locker room would be wild when the media's not in there.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh is going to get right back on their horse, and they're going to run the ball, and it's going to be much better than it was tonight. I still don't have the most faith in the run defense yet.
Right.
I need to see it versus a couple more teams, a couple better teams, a couple better running backs. But hey, man, a W is a W, but I don't feel like all that great about the W, you know.
KG and I were talking about this. One more thing on the run defense during the game. It is mind-blowing how, like, even a half-competent defensive line allows those running backs to actually flow. Like, you saw DeMarvion overshowing speed constantly tonight.
Yes.
It's because he didn't have Jordan Phillips in his face 7 yards downfield and having to maneuver through traffic and detour routes. Like, it's impressive what just a little bit of defensive line play can do. And shout out to Mazi Smith, who definitely was competent today.
It was
better than competent. He was good.
Interesting jump, if it's a jump, like a one-game performance. But it wasn't even just that, like, Mazi held his ground, which is the bare minimum that I'm looking for from a nose tackle, is please don't get just thrown back there.
Yeah.
But there was actually some violent hand, get
Some
off a
penetration
block,
into the backfield,
Like
yeah.
there was some of the stuff that I would like to have seen like 20 games ago from him. But if you can get that to come along and you can get your left tackle to come along, then we'll just circle back and say the head coach's offense is bad and that's why they're losing. But if those things can come along, you can feel a little better about life.
And at least hopefully for Mazi, he can build in terms of confidence off of what he did tonight. Because like you mentioned, the best game that he's played as a pro, you've got to start stacking consistently good days, good games to find yourself at least thinking that I can do this on a consistent basis. And maybe some of the things that Jeff Seguin and this defensive line coaching staff are trying to give him, he's putting into practice again against an opponent that you may not feel like is the best, but at the same time, these are still NFL players. And you still got to at least show that you're showing some kind of growth in the areas that you've been deficient in. And I think we saw some of that tonight from Mazi Smith. So I think it's a positive sign for him going forward, hopefully.
20 points.
That's wild, man.
I can't.
Weren't the Giants down their two best corners tonight, too, by the way?
Yeah. Jackson was out and
Deontay's
Banks
solid.
was out. Like, Cordero Flatt's not good.
He's a bad player.
Yeah.
But
the
he was locking up Brandon.
He was
Well, that's another guy. If we want to go down
is
the
Brandon
list,
Cooks good?
no.
Is Brandon Cooks
And I've
good?
been on that train
Ooh,
for a few
man.
weeks, and there's I get
Cooks is
pushback, and
washed?
that's
Is it-
fine.
is it official?
Is he fast?
Yes,
still?
he's washed.
Is he fast?
Like when he had a free,
I think he's straight line.
Fast-ish?
he won.
He
on
might
a-
not run curls.
Last week, he won on a free release against Stevens with Baltimore
he got caught.
and was running a deep ball. And Stevens had to slow down to make sure he didn't run him over running with him.
Stevens ain't good neither.
Brandon Cooks is a straight line player that's not very fast anymore.
Damn.
Flournoy?
Well, that cliff came fast, didn't it?
Flournoy?
We didn't see Jalen Brooks tonight.
Tomer made a couple plays tonight.
Yeah, if Brooks played,
I didn't see
couple
Brooks
plays.
at all tonight.
I didn't notice Turpin tonight. I think we're getting a lot of Lipke. we're getting a lot of Lipke.
Outside of Ferguson, Lipke was your best quote-unquote tight end tonight. I mean, he had.
We don't have any other tight ends.
That's
on
what
the
I'm
team.
saying. Like he's your halfback, fullback, tight end type of guy outside Ferguson.
What about the run game, guys? How do you guys felt like the usage was, the running back touch distribution and all that kind of stuff? You know, I walked into the game and the chat may hate on me for this, but I always felt like less Zeke was going to be a good thing, right? But then I noticed that Zeke played a lot towards the end of the game. So maybe what they're doing is that they're opening up with Rico because Rico should be your running back one. He should be your main guy, and then maybe they try to close the game with Zeke. And we didn't. I
And then
post
they-
it.
that's
no,
what
I
they
think-
did.
I think that's the plan.
That's what they did.
We tried to do it,
And then they settled for a field goal attempt.
we settled, and we missed the field goal.
And Butter missed it. How about
But
that?
that was at least the change of plan, and that was encouraging. I still don't.
You still got a 2 running as your 1 right now.
for sure.
Yes.
Rico.
And you have no 2 or 3
You
behind
have
him.
exactly.
I think but they have it figured out now. Like that's every week. Rico's snap count. When we see this one, I bet it'll be even higher. But
he
his
had
snap
11
count-
attempts tonight, by the way. 11 attempts.
And in terms of how often they're on the field, he has been in game 2, 3, and 4 now. The guy who's been out there the most, gets the most carries. He's their running back. And
Yeah.
we knew it in camp. They needed to hide Zeke from us until it was real game time. And then they couldn't ignore what we already knew from practice. And so did they. But for whatever reason, they wanted to pretend it wasn't real. And then they figured it out. And so there we go. Okay. We're going to get through. Can we knock out a few super chats before we take off? Let's knock out get right or get left.
See, brother Marcus Harrison. That's Marcus Harrison, Jeff. You got to recognize the profile pics and stuff.
Oh,
Marcus
okay.
Harrison said in small letters.
Oh,
what
yeah.
did he
Wow.
say? The front office fully embraced
The retread
the
culture.
retread culture.
Yeah.
Players and coaches.
Coaches.
I said prayer.
I'm calling them.
Pep boys.
Pep boys.
Going forward.
Going forward.
Uh-huh.
Marcus Hardison. Thank you, sir.
Oh, okay.
Thank
All right.
you to Slug. We got Jay Litt, 32 years old,
Thank you,
Cowboy
Miss Cat.
fan.
Do that.
There you go.
The defense didn't allow a touchdown. I think that was more just Daniel Jones being bad because it would have been touchdowns, but
Yeah.
the Giants had their own fair share of penalties also. But sure, the defense didn't give it up. Appreciate you.
Yeah, Daniel Jones was butt, and that's really helpful.
Jay
Shout out to Jay Litt though. Yeah.
Jay Litt says, 32-year-old Cowboy fan. That's me too. He says, it's a hard life. You guys make it better. Thanks. Appreciate your play.
Oh, that's sweet.
We try our best.
It was hard to watch.
He was hard to watch.
Facts.
Appreciate
Thank
C
you.
Black.
Thank
Oh,
you to
Max, you're the man.
Appreciate you, brother Max.
Trevon, don't even want curly fries. I always want curly
You
fries.
were damn live.
GD,
I might get some curly
the
fries
running
after
game
this.
was working with Rico. Why does he only get 11 carries? He needs 20 touches. Because they just kept getting, there's so many penalties.
I think
Yeah.
They
I-
damned themselves a lot of these drives by getting
Yeah.
backed up at different spots with a lot of Tyler Guyton penalties. And we had a double hold on
Yeah.
one play, left
Sure,
guard and
yes.
center. That was
Sure.
impressive.
But also 23 carries in total. I think that might be around the number they want.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
about right.
So-
20 to 25 carries
3
a
of
game
those
for
were by
running
your wide
backs. You want-
receiver and CeeDee Lamb tonight as
Yeah.
well.
Throw it 35 times. CD is
RB1?
still...
Or
That
maybe.
is RB1. He is our best
Maybe.
running back.
RB1?
Maybe.
I love that they put CD in the game as running back and ran a sweep. And it was like, okay, so we
It
can
was
run
brilliant.
outside and put an explosive player, get the ball in his hands. I'm like, okay. So it exists.
Something else too, though. The Giants had the ball for a long time. Like they were just
Yeah.
holding on to the ball. They were playing that
35
ball control
minutes, yep.
game. 35 minutes is ridiculous, and that kept your Cowboys offense off the field. But you still got your Rico Dowdle and your Ezekiel Elliott touches. So shouts out to them. That's all we got for Supers.
Let's-
Oh, no,
Well, we
it's-
have plenty
I mean, we got
more.
plenty more,
We'll
so-
keep it cruising.
We'll come back.
We'll hit them throughout the show. We'll come back.
I'll read them after on the next stream. I do.
Or after on that, whatever. We can figure
We'll
it
get it
out.
done.
We
We'll
can
get it
figure it out. We're about halfway through a post-game show. Fire in your questions. We still have a laundry list of
Is
things
more?
to go down. What?
Is more post. Like we're not finna wrap up after this.
No, we're halfway. We're halfway done, Vach.
Oh damn. Hello.
Yeah, stay on the mic. We're halfway done.
Yeah, this felt like a long show of us breaking down. It feels like we've been here for like 50 minutes hating on the Cowboys. I didn't know it was just 30. Okay, cool, my bad.
Stay tuned and see if Vach is here
Oh, I'll be here.
next on the DLLS Cowboys post-game show.
Got obligations.
Shady Rays.
Well, unlike the Cowboys' future, yours is bright and could even be brighter with wearing a pair of Shady Rays. Get ready for the season ahead with quality shades built to last. Our friends at Shady Rays have you covered with premium polarized shades that won't break the bank. Shady Rays is an independent sunglasses company offering a world-class product rated 5 stars by gentlemen. Over 300,000 people. Their shades have durable frames and crystal clear optics, making them the perfect choice for all outdoor activities. They have hundreds of options to choose from, so you're bound to find the perfect pair to match your style. Probably even have a style in your favorite team. Maybe not the Cowboys tonight, maybe someone else.
Why you
at
hate
the
that
same-
guy? They won the game.
what that got to do with anything? Anyway, if your shades ever go missing or take an unexpected hit, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. every pair backed with a lost or broken replacements. If you don't love your shades, but you will, I know you will, exchange for a new pair or return worry-free for 30 days. There's no risk when you shop. Their team always has your back with personal and fast support. Kind of like the Cowboys' run defense tonight, actually.
Oh, look at that.
Exclusively for our listeners, Shady Rays is giving out their best deal of the season. Professional at work here. You see what's going on. Head to ShadyRays.com and use code DLLS for 35% off polarized sunglasses. Try for yourself. The shades rated 5 stars. 5 stars by over 300,000 people. Shout out to Shady Rays.
And I know you guys can see as we do the show here the incredibly sexy floor
They can't see the floor.
that we sit on top. Can they see any of it? No?
No, I think
not even a little
they can hear
bit.
the floor.
Take our word for it.
Y'all
The
can't
floor
see-
is dope here.
We have awesome floor, and that's because of our friends at Empire Today, where you go to empiretoday.com/DLLS, you get $350 off. $350, that's good. You know what you can do with $350?
Buy a running back.
Yeah.
Well, the
Can't.
league minimum is more than that. But
That's how
Empire
much Jerry
Today,
paid for a running back here, right?
that is fair.
Yeah.
Empire Today is the best of the best. You get shop at home convenience, the right product for your needs, quick and professional installation, and a low price guarantee. They are absolutely the best. Their virtual floor designer is a great way to see how new floors will look in any space. It's easy. Snap a picture, instantly see how those floors will look there. Schedule a free in-home estimate. Today, all listeners can receive that $350 off discount when they use the promo code DLLS. Restrictions apply. EmpireToday.com/DLLS for details.
Little Micah Parsons update. It's funny. Dak Prescott's becoming like the health reporter on the team because he told us after week 1 about Jake Ferguson's status, and now he's.
Here's what I like about Dak, though. Dak is an optimist. I feel like you're going to give me something good. Oh, Joe.
Oh, no.
Joe.
Micah Parsons is limping around the. This is from John Machota, The Athletic. Micah Parsons limping around the locker room, definitely in pain, but he told Dak, "quote I'll be good." And it's an ankle, it's not a knee.
Okay, ankles are
It's
good.
an ankle, so
ankles are good.
So
So the bad
maybe
one,
pain. Ankles could be pain, but that also doesn't mean you're going to be out for an entire season. So
yeah.
And they got
Seems
10
like-
days.
seems like some good news.
Tape will fix it. Tape fixes everything.
Which kind? Duct.
Athletic tape fixes
Duct.
everything. I have played a game and I felt like my foot didn't work anymore, and they taped it up, and I was able to run everywhere, just run around in circles.
You didn't hurt your ankle very
Oh,
much.
I hurt my damn ankle. Joe.
It wasn't hurt bad. You
My-
didn't just tape.
I was an offensive lineman. I was heavy. My ankle was damn hurting. I couldn't do nothing. They put that tape on there, and I was stomping.
By the way, is there a quick DeMarcus Lawrence update on his foot? No.
Also said
He put tape on it.
Also in pain,
He
but
put
going to be said he's going to be fine.
Okay.
Also in pain.
I saw them. I was surprised a little bit. They had Tank's foot,
Dude,
all up on the broadcast.
zoomed in.
It's a big old
It's
foot.
a huge foot.
And not bad. Like it wasn't like Dion foot. Like did y'all watch the show where they showed the sticking the pins in Dion's
I don't look at
foot?
people's feet like that.
Dion has.
I think-
some
I think
Especially
that's
like the
injury.
word Dion's had on his feet.
Yeah.
God bless Dion.
with the
Hopefully he's
missing
all right.
toes.
The toughest injury thing to watch though tonight was Zach Martin, like people prodding and poking at his eye,
got, like,
trying to
turf,
get
like,
he got
flying
turf in his eye, and like
Yeah, like
the-
turf stuff,
You
like, flew in
literally
his
saw
eye.
Marquise Bell behind
Yeah,
him, just
yeah.
like
Yeah.
cringing as he was doing it. So, anyways,
Okay, so we should be creeping up on, and this is something we'll probably find out over the course of the next 10 days. We should be creeping up on a little bit of reinforcement for the Cowboys.
Like who?
Deron Bland.
Oh,
We should be.
I
Right?
think
Got a
San
little while,
Francisco
I
is
think.
still the target. Period.
Which is how many away?
3 weeks.
We're looking about mid-October-ish.
Okay, I'm just trying to survive. I'm just trying to find something to add here to get the team to be the team that I want the team to be. Because 2-2 is fine. I think the team that I watched today, if you had to say right this second, like, is that a team that's going to make the playoffs?
No.
I would still be like, no, it's not.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I thought the same thing earlier. We were talking about the idea of like when I watch this team, am I looking at a team that I could confidently think that they could beat the Lions,
Not yet.
the 49ers when they're healthy, any of these teams in the upper echelon of the NFL that you think, oh, they could be part of that contender tier. Watching tonight's game, I don't feel like I watched a team that can contend with any of the teams that you realistically will have to beat in order to get where you want to go. And I think a lot of Cowboys fans felt that way coming into tonight's game. Could they see something that would inspire confidence that this was a road that they could potentially start to go down? Watching tonight's game, you didn't necessarily see even that, even with some of the things that were positive that the Cowboys did, especially with Mazi Smith that we talked about doing what he did on the defensive side.
so panel and for the chat, y'all can play along as well. Let me ask y'all fellas this. Is there a player players, plural, anybody, on the practice squad, maybe at the bottom of the roster, anywhere between like 46 and 50 something, maybe a guy that's not active, somebody that's a backup player. Is there a player that we're not seeing a lot of right now that could be elevated that could help you? Because we're probably not going out of the house to find
Dalvin
help.
Cook.
I'd like to shout out Carl Lawson for getting called up so that he could jump off sides and allow a big play. I got one that's at least interesting to me that I'd be interested to see how it looks because, again, I think Brandon Cooks is washed. I would love to see Ryan Flournoy.
Ryan Flournoy, 100%.
Well, especially too because what is Ryan Flournoy good at is short, intermediate routes and using
strong.
and
Big
use
guy,
strong.
big catch radius.
So
we ain't
he-
getting open. We're not scheming you open. We need you to take that
But that
ball.
doesn't
he
tell
can
me
make
your
that
idea that
contested
your
catch.
offense isn't creative. No matter how big or strong or fast your wide receiver is, there's not a scheme that will get him open, wide open all the time.
But that's
Yeah.
why he might be the perfect fix because he's good at contested catches.
Yeah.
So hey, go run that curl and make that tough catch. He
gonna
doesn't
be-
need average yards of separation.
Yeah,
In theory, we haven't seen him in an NFL actual game yet.
I think the chat pretty much has it pretty figured out here. I was thinking Dalvin Cook, Wanye Thomas, Ryan Flournoy. Malik Hooker hasn't been inspiring. So I'm just
Neither
trying to
has
figure
Dono.
out how can I be better at free safety. And I think just kind of limiting Wanye Thomas to a guy that returns kicks and runs down on a punt team, I think you're kind of holding him back a little bit. And the one thing that Hooker's kind of like not being great at right now is like the rangy plays. And he's the free safety. So he should be making all the rangy plays.
He made a
right?
rangy play today and then undercut the ball way too far and jumped and missed the ball. And thank God Wandale stopped because he stopped getting undercut. Otherwise, he was walking in for touchdowns.
Yes.
That's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. I think Dalvin Cook possibly could give you a little bit of something. I think Ryan Flournoy could give you a little bit of something. I don't know who Flournoy. I don't know whose job Flournoy takes.
It would have to be Brooks.
It has to be
Brooks, yeah.
Sure.
Because Turpin has a role, at least, even if Turpin didn't play much offense tonight, or at least I didn't notice him.
Well, part of me thinks that they used CD in the Turpin role tonight a little bit when they put CD in the backfield. The chances that Turpin would have got in the game, using him in the backfield, maybe using him on sweeps, kind of using him as more of a decoy.
And Lipke's taking everybody.
And
snaps.
Lipke's
Tight ends,
taking
Look, your
receivers.
fullback, your tight end, your halfback, everything.
You got plumbing issues, Lipke will fill it.
He'll fix everything.
Oh,
Exactly.
Miss Cat, please scroll up like 2 people and click on dialing Dylan Akers. Please click him. Jeff, read that.
Is there a play caller on the practice squad?
Say that louder for the
Okay.
folks in the back.
They ain't got them.
Please.
I don't know if it works.
Man, goddamn.
I don't know if it works because like the play call includes formation, what motions we have, like all of those things are in the play call. But I mean, this may just be my old man brain and that I'm remembering something wrong. But I feel like Tony Romo didn't give half a damn what Garrett said in his headset. He was like,
changed
screw
play.
that. You. Like, we're far enough into the career now where Dak, you know what you want people to do. Just say that your headset's not working, and like I'm gonna do this myself. Like there's so many things this offense does not do that are now like it's not debatable.
Sure.
So what has happened from last year to this year where we feel like Dak is being held back by his play calling versus last year when he put up career numbers and touchdown passes, had a bazillion passing yards, and looked like a top 5 quarterback for a lot of last year, and the MVP vote says that he was the second best player behind. Like, what has happened from that time to now to where we feel like there's no confidence in what his play caller is giving him to try to succeed on the field
I'll give
week
one,
in and week out?
I'll give 1 point. Tyron Smith was really good as a pass protector last year.
Fantastic.
Which,
Yeah.
I mean, run blocking, a little bit not as great, but as a pass protector, he was fantastic. You've downgraded there currently.
Yeah,
Significantly currently.
yeah. Cooks is probably slower than he was.
Cooks, yeah. I mean, I also think, too, Tyler Biotish wasn't a good run blocker last year, but
He's
he's
good.
solid in pass protecting, and Cooper Reeves in solid, too. So, Malone point short, I think that their blocking isn't as good.
I'll tell you why I don't think any of that matters. Oh. I just don't think Mike McCarthy's good.
Well, yeah.
I think Mike McCarthy forgets things, right? I think and look, this would be a great question to ask the panel. And for the people at home just watching, typing stuff in the chat.
Those people?
Them people right there.
Those people?
Do you think there's a certain disconnect when your offense coordinator is not your play caller? Do you think there's a disconnect? When we whipping the work and we making these plays and we're coming up with these schemes and that dude is not your play caller and your play caller says, all right, thanks, give me this list of plays that you constructed, that you put together, and let me call them. Does that disconnect mean anything? Because I think Mike McCarthy got the same problem Tyler Guyton has. Let me explain. I think when you're at practice and you're in this comfortable setting and you can read off of a paper and you can ask your neighbor for help, I think you can do anything you want to do. I think you're a fantastic play caller. I think you're a fantastic blocker. Oh, we're installing the goofy stuff with the motion today. Let me do that. But when you get caught in your nerves and it's game time and the lights come on and you're fighting for your life and you have to think on the fly, you go back to what you know.
See, that's frightening that you say that, because this is a coach that's won a Super Bowl. This is a coach who's supposed to know how to do this in January and was brought here.
Yeah, he does. He's running the same
But
offense.
if you're telling me a Super Bowl winning head coach
That's when he won it.
has got nerves on game day, gets tight when things are needed to be happening from a play call, like that terrifies me. Because you cannot have that with a quarterback as good as Dak and feel like you can't put him in a position to succeed in that way.
I don't think he's nervous.
If
It's just that his play call, and it's not even like he's calling the same stuff he called in 2005 is what he's doing. Like, that's the thing. It's that, you know, like, I don't think there's a problem with the head coach being a play caller on one side of the ball. I actually prefer it.
Yeah.
I guess I don't care. Like, it doesn't bother me in any way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah, however it works.
I hate how much of their stuff is straight lines.
That's my next question,
and
Jeff.
it's
Why is that? Why is that? And how many people have to cuss Mike McCarthy out last year with CeeDee Lamb allegedly? How many people have to cuss you out to make you go, all right, y'all, I guess we'll include some pre-snap, snap motion. I guess we'll, do some crossing routes and stuff like that. Yeah, I guess we'll just give CeeDee Lamb double-digit targets and stuff. Like, what has to happen to make you do that? And that's why I feel like Mike gets nervous. Because when we're watching at Oxnard, because Jared Jones called it Oxnard.
By the way, the Cowboys won tonight. They won tonight.
Oh, yeah, they did win.
The Cowboys did win tonight.
When we're watching the Cowboys at Oxnard in this practice setting, boy, we just see the explosiveness. We see the motion. We see the cool stuff. Turpin's doing the orbit stuff. Turpin's getting involved at practice. But when we get out there, we run downfield and we turn around. We curl, soul glow, hitch, come back, stop.
Glow's killing me.
Where else does that come from besides your daggum nerves?
Dude, but also in
well,
training
those
camp,
are his plays.
Yeah, and also in
Like
training camp
CD
this
wasn't
year.
at camp.
Call the
Turpin was running CD's plays.
Call the good ones. Call the good plays. Call the good plays.
Well, even
And
in
C's
training
been in
camp,
this offense now long enough to where he should be able to just come in and just run what they need to run.
yeah, but even in training camp, they were not that creative. I thought in training camp that they were actually pretty basic. The offense didn't move the ball that well against this defense. And now we're kind of looking in hindsight. It's like, oh, okay, if iron sharpens iron, what does dull iron do to dull iron? A little bit. Because
See, I kind of viewed camp the other way. I thought the offense moved it pretty easy, and I thought in hindsight it just was that the defense wasn't any good.
it wasn't explosive.
That's what the camp was telling us. The defense
It wasn't
actually good.
explosive, though. Definitely wasn't explosive.
All right, let's knock out some of these super chats. Hey, somebody out there, tell us how excited you are that the Cowboys won against a division team on the road. What about that, huh?
Thomas Sullivan, appreciate you. He says, Vosh, KG, Joe, and Jeff are the GOATs. Send Mike McCarthy to the Sun. Trade for Devontae Adams. I think that is real talk. You need to find one of these teams that are bad with a good dude and send him some bits.
And Devontae has no problem bitching. Like, he would show up and be like, man, this offense is stupid.
There's a viral video of him complaining.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He can run a curl.
He can definitely run one of those.
curl.
Yeah.
Can we please get some basic form tackling in practice this week? Jesus H.
Hey.
So many missed tackles and bad angles by the defense, and Hunter
Maybe our
Hunter
lead
may
back.
need to be our lead back going forward.
I can't have a lead running back wearing number 40.
That's a
He can't
heavy
be my
number.
top running back.
That's a heavy number.
He can't be my top running back.
Appreciate you. Peel says Mazi gets the game ball. TG for 4. Tyler Guyton for 4. McCarthy's a terrorist. Okay, cool.
Okay, not a terrorist. Does McCarthy watch other offenses and think he's in his bag?
What?
There's
It's not checkers, baby.
There's no way Mike McCarthy looks at other offenses and takes anything positive from it. No, sir.
No, I don't think he even steals plays. Byron defending the Cowboys on 3rd and 4th down, stand a yard behind the sticks, drive on the ball when the inevitable stop route happens.
Yep.
We give
Yes,
facts.
exactly.
That's
Facts.
about right.
Yep.
Andrew,
Yeah.
I get a win as a win, but I'm supposed to be excited about that.
No.
I was
No.
trying to be, and nobody would let me be.
No.
I thought I was kind of wanting to be maybe. Micah Parsons, the next Herschel Walker. That's a good plan. Pep, anybody interested in
That's
fixing the
interesting.
penalty? No, they're not going to fix the penalties.
That's interesting. I don't think Micah should be the next Herschel Walker. I think if you have a dude, just keep that dude.
Oh, they meant to trade him. not
him.
put
Trade
him
him.
in
Running back.
Oh, put on a running back.
No.
I think
Carries
it
a camp.
I could trade Micah.
You are not going to get 3 years
Relax,
worth of
Kavanaugh.
first round
Relax.
picks.
I heard that. Relax.
I could trade Micah. I mean, I'd rather
Not.
coach better and have better plans all around.
Just keep him.
But I mean, what can I get?
If you had
What
a
could-
better,
what could
if
you
you
get?
had a better defense
What can I
coordinator,
get?
Michael Parsons would be much better.
What can I get?
Uh-oh.
You say Zimmer's stupid too? I didn't say stupid. A bad coordinator.
Zimmer tripping. I feel like everything that he said he was going to do in terms of muddying the looks. Same thing. Practice is one thing, but real life is another. Like muddying the looks and moving Micah everywhere, and they're going to have to find him. I don't think you got to find Micah Parsons. He's either over that tackle or over that tackle. You ain't really got to find Micah Parsons. He's in one of two places.
Well,
It was
third and
mostly
four,
Andrew
more
We're
Thomas.
going to
than-
run away from
It was mostly Andrew Thomas tonight too. That he was
Which is
going
weird.
against.
And look, Joe, man, we just met today. But we about to be friends, Joe. I would love for you to ask, because they're going to talk to the coaches next week or
I
something
like
like that.
this. Put pressure on Joe.
I would
You go
love
out
for you
there
to
and ask for me.
ask. Hey man, Coach Zimmer, what's the advantage of putting your best pass rusher on their best pass blocker?
Yeah.
I would love to know the advantage of that. Of course, as a football fan, I would love to see a heavyweight matchup, but as a Cowboy fan, I want you to go find the worst dude and go whoop him.
Yeah.
Because the Giants did a fantastic job of finding Terrence Steele and finding Tyler Guyton. I would love for us to go find people like that.
Because we got two of them. We got
Just
two
put
of
them over
them.
there. Just line
Mark
them
on the
anyway.
left and Mark on the right. Which one you want to
I
pick?
think Micah played in the A gap once tonight, though. To your point,
I saw him on third and pass down.
One time.
He was
Maybe
was there
once,
at
twice?
least twice.
Maybe twice?
I
Okay.
mean, I wasn't totally looking for it, but
going
I
up
know
against
I
my
saw
guy
it
John Michael
twice.
Schmitz.
Love John Michael Smith.
Schmidt.
Oh, that was
Get
your
into
guy
your
a couple years
questions.
ago. wasn't
We'll
it?
get
Yeah,
through
well.
some of your super chats. It's a celebration of a
Kind
big
of.
division win on the DLLS
Enjoy
Cowboys
yourselves.
postgame show. Also want to encourage our friends out there. We love what we're doing here at DLLS. We love that you're a part of it. We thank you guys for hanging out with us. Have shows for every team 5 days a week, pre and post game shows for everything. If you're watching on a different platform right this second, also please subscribe to youtube.com/@DLLS_sports. And we'd love you to sign up and be a diehard. What you get? Premium written content for members at alldlls.com. 20% off all the events that we have. 20% off of all merch on the website, and our merch is badass. Free t-shirt every year, and did I tell you the merch is badass? You get a badass t-shirt once a year. You get your little members-only carrying card, diehard card, and you get access to our members-only Discord. It's a pretty sweet little deal. Get up in there at alldlls.com. Okay.
I just want to say shouts out to all 2,500 people that's watching right now. And I know some of y'all on the East Coast where it's like midnight 19 over there. So appreciate y'all for
Shout out to y'all.
hanging up.
It's this late on the East Coast right
hanging
now.
out late
Like a
with
James Bond movie title, Midnight 19.
Midnight 19 for sure.
Can I try something?
Please, por favor.
Because I'm hanging out on a panel,
S'il vous plaît.
and I feel like we're
French.
doing a lot
It's French.
of
You're not
butt.
gonna do that.
We're doing a lot of butt.
Okay.
Oh, lemon booty.
Mazi.
So like it's the Cowboys won, but
But
has been most of it.
Oh, yeah.
Anything from this game that you felt good about?
The Cowboys won, but I feel good about.
That's what I'm. Well, no, because I feel like the whole show has been the
Just
Cowboys,
Cowboys
won,
won this.
But
and we're talking about all the things that are wrong with the team.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see from each
You're
of
trying to
you.
inject some positive
is
signals.
there-
That's what you're
did
doing.
you? I want you to tell me: is there anything out of this game that made you feel good?
That you could
Oh.
tote that thing into,
Dak
you know.
Prescott did what he did. Curls. Hitched. Stop.
Damn it!
Soul glow. Come back. Look, okay, how many times? And you know, shouts out to my audience tuned in right now. We watched film earlier this week from last week's game, the Ravens game. And there have been plenty of times we'll be watching and we'll see CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Jalen Tolbert in concert. They'll run down the field and the other team knows that the curl is coming. They run into the corners because the corners aren't like
don't
playing
even back
back.
up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they know curl is coming. So Dak Prescott 2 weeks in a row, by the way, 3 weeks in a row, by the way. Dak Prescott being able to overcome his incompetence at daggum play call and head coach coordinating. Oh, I think that's super positive because the minute somebody cussed Mike McCarthy out and he turns into last year week 7 Mike McCarthy, I think we're on to something. I think we're going to Golden Corral if we can pull that off.
Have you seen the meme where it's like a bunch of arrows, like flaming arrows raining down, and then there's like someone like kind of going like this and like protecting someone down here.
The shield.
Protecting someone down here, shielding it.
Yeah.
And it's usually the meme is Dak Prescott doing this, and then it's like just Jerry Jones and like front office decisions and all these problems, like protecting everyone from it.
Should be Mike McCarthy's play calls. But
That
whatever.
too, throw it all in there. I think that is the thing I'm taking away from this is Dak Prescott can do it and can help you win. You can't rely on it all the time though, but he can do it.
God, I hate if that's the thing that
Oh,
we
I
have to
said
take
but.
positive.
I said but.
No,
I'm
no, no,
sorry.
no, no, no.
Yeah.
No, it's just more disheartening if the thing
okay,
is
Joe. It's
if,
okay.
if the positive we took out of them finally getting a dub and
Is
the
your quarterback
and the
overcoming your
takeaway-
play caller?
Overcoming
It's
everything.
like the quarterback's really good. Like I knew that.
And he can overcome everything.
I knew he's really good.
Sometimes.
At one point tonight, Dak Prescott on first and second downs was 15 of 15 for a $154 and 2 touchdowns tonight. Third down, 4 of 7 for 34 yards. At one point, plus 23.3 completion percentage over expectation.
Yeah, that's where he finished.
Overcoming your play caller. Like he won you your football game tonight from an offensive standpoint. So
Takeaway is Dak's good.
Dak's good.
Dak's got it.
But I'll throw in Mazi Smith. Mazi Smith on the defensive side. Again, we talked about it earlier. Best game that he's had. Hopefully a confidence builder for him. If you're looking for him from on the offensive side, Dak, defensive side, Mazi Smith played the best game of his career.
And the other thing, DeMarvion Overshown is fast, and he's a playmaker.
When it's clean and the running back has no other path to take,
Yeah.
he's gonna smack somebody.
Yes.
Did you see that play where he dove?
He dove from like 5 yards away and thought he hit the ball.
He has one effort level,
Yeah.
and it is just through the roof.
Yeah.
And this coaching staff is so bad, they looked at that dude and said, yeah, we're not going to put you in the base stuff. We're just going to play you on sub package. I'm sick of these coaches.
Well, yeah, we got draft picks over here, and this guy's been around. And we
What was
got-
that, week 2 against the Saints? He played how many snaps? It was like
13.
25.
They played
13,
multiple
13.
tight ends. He wasn't in the base.
He wasn't in base?
He's a nickel. He's a
He's a
nickel
nickel
linebacker.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
That's what he
oh,
plays.
he's on a heat-seeking missile, man.
He
Good
plays
for
in the
him.
nickel. Can we knock out some of the supers? We got, especially if there's big numbers in there. You know, the big. If there's any big numbers,
They're all big numbers. We love all
That's
the
what I
super chats.
meant. Is all
love
of
all-
the numbers.
I see what you did there,
I do
Vosh.
see a 20.
That's what I meant.
I do see a 20.
But the 5 is big too. Anthony, CeeDee Lamb last year with 10 plus receptions, 150 yards, or at least 1 TD. Also, hate Mike's decision to not go for a first down on that missed field goal drive.
Same. Thank you, Anthony. Same.
KG told me that too, and I was like,
Same.
well, they lost 3 yards on the carry.
Yeah, I
and then
didn't-
it
They
was
weren't
like, now what are we
trying to
going to
get
do?
the first down, it felt like.
No, they were hoping to maybe get a first down, but if you at least move forward, then you can do something different on 2nd and 13. Like, well, hell.
Smickball says, Vice, Jeff, Joe, and KG are the GOATs. You guys are good too. He's talking about Cat and Kent.
Yeah.
Mike McCarthy is still scared in play calling. Rico needs more chances. Zeke needs to go. Will Cooks be active next game?
Oh, of course. It's the Cowboys. It
Yeah,
takes them-
Cook's
they don't
playing.
realize
He's
people
playing the
are,
whole season.
Yeah.
They don't realize people are washed until
Dalvin
4
Cook
years later.
or Brandon Cooks.
Oh, good.
Oh,
See, Cooks is
I see
Brandon.
Cooks with an S.
Cooks is Brandon. Cook is Dalvin.
okay.
Yeah.
I think
but
if it's
with
Dalvin,
an
then-
S.
They're probably talking about the running back.
Dalvin, maybe. I mean,
Dalvin might get swooped.
was Deuce active today?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had one catch, remember,
Yeah.
on like
Oh
the
yeah, the
design
one catch he
little
looked kind of
screen.
slow.
Yeah.
I could see Deuce not being active. I could see Dalvin getting a look. But here's the thing we don't know about Dalvin Cook is everybody's like, wait till he's ready. Wait till he's ready. The answer might be
He
and
might
they
not be ready.
see it.
He's Zeke for real.
He's Zeke, and they're looking in practice, and they're like, no, he's not gonna make it. Like he can keep practicing, and we can see. But it might be that they're like, no, it's not about is he in shape or whatever. It's that he's done. And so we don't know.
Oh, Clarence.
That'll be lovely. Let's get over. We've got our buddy Clarence Hill.
Did he send a super chat?
Is in Joyzy. Yeah, did Clarence send a super chat?
Chill is the super chat, okay?
We want to win, so we're putting Chill in. Hi, Clarence. We can't hear you. Clarence, we can't hear you, buddy.
Is it just he's
TV.
muted on the speaker?
Has muted themselves.
Clarence,
Clarence, you're muted.
you're muted
Clarence,
on
you
your phone.
muted yourself?
Oh my God.
You didn't want to put Chill in? Oh,
I
no.
swear.
Come
You know,
on,
Oh,
Mr.
he's
Worldwide.
muted.
Come
You're
on
muted.
now.
We can't hear you, Clarence. No.
No. He's muted. I don't know.
Clarence, you're muted. You
Bark
need to
twice if you're in Milwaukee.
Can you hear him?
Can you hear us?
It literally says on the computer. Yes.
Here.
It says on her computer, guest has muted his mic.
Man,
so
how-
you need to look at your stuff. You can't. You stop
I don't
making
want to look
words.
at the
We
MetLife
can't
lights.
hear
Quit
them.
showing me the MetLife lights.
Put
okay?
your readers on.
Thank
He's
you.
gonna come
Yeah,
back.
come
He'll
on
come
back. Come on
Put
back.
your readers on, Clarence.
Pop,
You know,
pop.
You know we got
No,
readers.
pop, damn.
Pop, pop.
My man hit connect to thing.
Can I make a point real quick while we wait for Chill to get back on? Because one of the
Chilling
things
to
that
figure it
bothered
out.
me most, because I asked this, on X, I said, you should never have a franchise put your fan base in a position where you want to see that franchise lose games. There were so many people leading into tonight's game that were thinking, I don't want the Cowboys to win this game because I don't want this team to still think that if they win, that their problems are fixed. That if they play well in the run game defensively, that they've got things fixed.
Oh, KG, they just won a division game on the road and played great run defense.
But
Jerry
that's-
gonna be.
I'll take
That's,
one of them.
that's what I'm saying. And he's going to think in some respects that this team has got some of those things. But you should never have a fan base be in a position where you want your team to lose or have anyone think that you want to lose. And now you have the result that you have. And now maybe some of the things that they think shouldn't be fixed are fixed based off tonight's performance. Because if you came away thinking that anything was fixed in a way that you could feel better about them going forward, this wasn't the game for you.
Yeah.
At
Do you
least
wanna-
that's the way I
Do you want to know a
felt.
masterclass in gaslighting? Was Jerry Jones last week when asked, "What do you like about your defensive line?" saying, "I like the way they fought in the fourth quarter when they were averaging, I think, allowing more than 6 yards a carry."
They got one stop.
Guy, yeah. I mean, if that's what he'll say after that performance,
Yeah.
to Jeff's point, imagine, he's coming in with full torch and gaslighting. Coming
Oh,
out.
Yeah.
nothing would make me happier than to try Clarence again. Hey, Clarence.
Guys.
Okay,
Guys.
Still can't hear him.
is that
Guys,
muted?
What?
Yeah! It's like there he is.
Clarence.
Come on, Mr. Worldwide.
Clarence,
Let's hear it.
this might have been
How
Cotton's
you,
fault.
how you guys doing? I'm glad you talked about, they don't think they're fixed. And Mike McCarthy talked about they're not fixed. We got problems, but they're not throwing this win away, okay? I know everybody's going to say it's just the Giants, but a win is a win. They're going to take this win and feel good about this win. But Dak Prescott acknowledged, he told me in the walk-off that this was a must-win because he understood what the alternative would be, what the narrative would be if they lost this game after losing those other two games, especially with a young locker room. And everybody's reading Twitter and reading everything that has been said and what's going to be said about the Cowboys if they lost the third straight game. So it was if you could have a must-win in Week 4, this was a must-win, and they're going to take it. They feel good about the fact that, yes, they weren't perfect, but for the defense to go out there, and yes, it's Daniel Jones, without DeMarcus Lawrence, without Michael Parsons in the fourth quarter, and get some stops and help them seal this game, they feel good about that. Mazi Smith played a very good game. If you guys saw that, he was good against the run. They stopped the run. Certainly, it was the Daniel Jones experience. But as Dak said, who beats the Giants 14 straight times? The Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? How about them?
Clarence, I'm hearing that we have an echo, so we love you and thank you. You sound great to us, but we don't get to hear the broadcast version. So you have yourself a wonderful day, and go team, and we're really excited about your dub. I know you're excited.
What'd you say about Chuck?
Bye, Clarence.
If you want to hang out, you can.
I mean,
You just gonna sit there? You just gonna sit there?
hell, he's gone.
That's fine.
You want to hang out?
Voch, what do you want? I know these supers are probably from a lot from your. What do you want to? You want to knock some of them things?
Yeah,
out?
man, I love my people, man.
Because now
Love-
about where you thought we were a half hour ago, we're kind of there now.
Oh boy.
And so
look at that.
I don't know what you want to.
If we
knock-
don't get to them, I can I can always read them on my next stream. Because we're gonna be working all night. Let's see. B says start Wanye Lipke is running back. One secondary is $8. I can say is ass.
Yeah, you can say that.
Dollar sign.
The
dollar sign.
fact that you ask every time, just say it.
You can still say it. Yeah,
I just want to make sure. Appreciate you, big.
still say it.
Let's see. Jack Norman says, why can't we make tackles? Diggs don't tackle. Diggs missed at least 3 or 4. Diggs plays that kind of corner that doesn't
Diggs
tackle.
tackles when he's motivated to tackle. There have been,
Overshawn was tackling. Kendrick was tackling.
yeah, there have been plenty of games where I've seen Diggs when he's decided to tackle that he tackles.
He's paid to cover.
Yeah,
Appreciate you.
That's very
paid,
true. Yes.
Who else we got, Miss Cat? Let's run through some of
Yeah.
these. Let's see. The truth says, fellas, you guys bring and ladies, you guys bring up wide receivers on this team. They might be able to help, but you forget one important thing: Mike effing McCarthy.
Nothing we can do
We
about it.
didn't forget.
No, don't say. Yeah, that
No,
one
I can't say
yeah,
F.
Stick with the F.
That's why I said F because he said.
no.
What up, Duck? He says,
Lip key.
Lip key.
Yeah.
Shouts out to you, Duck. Appreciate it.
see
Big
that.
Cam says, That's his name. Okay, cool. What's up with the comeback routes? Hey, Mike McCarthy, that's what he do.
It's Big Mike.
That's what he do. Appreciate you.
Attack the ball, win your route.
Javante says still drafting running back, linebacker, defensive tackle, and wide receiver with the first 4 picks for sure.
Woo. That's a lot of needs.
For sure.
Quinshon Judkins coming in hot.
I don't know who that is yet. Adrian Dyson says when Guyton gets back, he's going in his room looking
Locking the door.
Locking the door and a lot of crying and air punching like Trey from Boys and the Hood.
You won. That's why you
do it a
don't,
lot.
you don't have to do all of that.
You do it a lot.
Why is Turpin in the doghouse? I don't
Uh-huh.
know. Because Mike McCarthy he forgets the plays and Turpin should definitely be involved.
Turpin doesn't run good curls.
Turpin's your best running
He does
back.
not run good
He don't run
curls.
good curls.
Turpin's your best running back.
CD is the best running back.
Lipke's
Turpin's
the best
second.
running
Low key, CD's your best running back.
Gito says feels like McCarthy holds a lot back for some reason. Maybe he thinks pass pro isn't good enough. Even if the pass pro isn't good enough, you know it's not going to help your pass pro. 10 yards of soul glow down the field. How about something quicker crossing the field? How about some RPO stuff? How about I remember there was one game last year. I was like, oh snap. We're running rub routes now. Look at us evolving as offense, and we have it was
Look
a
at
Jets
that.
game, and we haven't seen it since week 2. Mike McCarthy forgets the good plays, but he keeps all the bad stuff.
He was out of Soul Glow that day.
Appreciate,
Good point.
appreciate
Good point.
it. Joe McCann with a long one. He says, Vach, remember when you interviewed Terrence Williams? Who?
Terrence Williams.
Terrence
He talked about how
Williams?
Tony Romo ignored calls from the sidelines, called his own plays. We need that from Dak.
I said that. I talked to Terrence Williams. I probably did, but yeah, Joe McCann, I remember that. But
No, you don't.
Clearly you don't.
That's
That's
what we
okay.
do. Puda says, yeah, because when Kellen Moore was here, it was if you install it, you call it. Now Brian is installing and Mike McCarthy is calling him.
That's the most terrifying part about this whole Mike McCarthy conversation
now.
is
Well, you
the
pretend Mike
alternative.
McCarthy's not installing.
No, I'm saying the
He's not
alternative
installing
is
nothing. I bet he is.
Brian Schottenheimer being your offensive coordinator.
Mhm.
Like if you're going to take the reins from McCarthy as a play caller, you're going to hand them to Brian Schottenheimer. I don't think I want to live in that world either.
It's a very Jerry world, though. He'd be like, yep,
Yeah.
his daddy Marty, boy, he was real good and smart and did
Great.
all the good.
Yep.
Damn, Vach, you hit it on the head with Mike and Mike having CTE. Oh, no, I ain't saying nobody got CTE, man. My bad. Blue Star Gang, what up? Jeff Terrence Williams confirmed that Romo would call his own plays. If
Everyone
he wanted
remembers
to.
this.
Just a couple. He said it's on my show.
Everyone remembers this.
On
except
another
you.
podcast. Just a couple summers ago on another podcast.
No, yeah, somebody else.
Oh, another podcast.
No, because I was
Oh.
saying Dak needs to do that. Like,
Yeah,
Romo
yeah,
used to
yeah,
just
okay.
call whatever and do whatever.
Oh,
Oh, somebody did.
My bad,
wow.
man. Larry, you appreciate
Shout
you.
out,
shout
Larry,
out
you
to
the
you.
best, man. Appreciate it. Everybody spelled my name wrong. Jason just dropped something for the love. Appreciate it. Drop the lit 5 and appreciate you, man. We love it. We love it. Shouts out to
Hey.
JR, man. He says it's late. We won. Blue Skittle after party. Do
That's
not
my
ask-
cousin. Shout out to James.
that
That's
a
my cousin.
Viagra?
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Is that Viagra?
Yeah.
We're a Blue Chew team.
So y'all are sponsored by Blue Chew?
Oh, it's coming in hot.
It's coming.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, buddy.
Tomorrow.
Well, Blue Chew is exactly what a Blue Skittle party is. So shouts out to JR.
Shout out to my cousin James. That's my cousin, man. Shout out to
Your
him.
cousin is a Blue Chew user, sir. Shouts out to you.
Sound like he
Nothing
performing
wrong
well.
with
Good
that,
for
by the
him.
way.
Good
Shouts
for
out to
him.
Blue Chew dropping that back. Marcus Arnold says, what's up with Cook? Dalvin Cook?
What's
or
up with
Brennan?
Cooks?
I think that's
we
Brennan
gotta
That's
figure
Cooks
that-
with an
I
S.
think it's Cooks.
So Cooks washed, Cook,
It's probably watched.
Probably watched too.
Probably watched too.
but we only get to see one prove it each week. But they're probably both washed. Probably.
Snuck out a 5-point win versus New York Fools Go. I'm not buying what they're selling. I hope they go on a crazy losing streak.
Hey,
a trade is
hey.
needed. Running back, wide receiver.
See what I was talking about earlier. Folks want the Cowboys to lose games.
Look, okay, but
Your team should never put you in that position
No,
to think this
for
way.
sure.
no, the people want whatever it takes to spur action and
Yeah.
aggression.
Which in this case is lose games.
Correct.
You-
Jerry would have to look stupid enough with the things he says that it's just not sellable to anyone, and he has to do something.
Let's get these last two up in here. 805 Cowboys says, Vash, what's your thoughts on the offensive line? Your tackles ain't good. You know what I'm saying? Your center is probably like a year away from being a dude, but your tackles are not good. And Michael Oz just dropped a 5 in that joint. Appreciate it. He says, why can't we be consistent with our offensive play calling? Because Mike McCarthy
They're super consistent. What are you talking about?
said how Mike McCarthy
Them
is
hitches
calling
are
plays.
consistent.
What could be more consistent than calling the same play?
Every
Them
single
curls
time.
consistent.
He's too consistent.
All
is the
curls,
problem.
everything.
All right.
If this
thanks.
was a salon, Mike McCarthy would be cooking, boy, with them curls, man.
Oh, Couch, you got one more thing?
Appreciate everybody dropping the soups.
What's the one more
Lay
thing?
all the pieces, you know?
Oh, we're launching McCarthy into the sun.
God.
Is that from Armageddon?
No, who could
Big
ever
Mike.
know?
Oh my God.
Is
At
that-
least you gave him a suit.
Is that Mount?
You could at least
Doom?
put some shady rays on him so he could, as he's going into the sun.
Wait, We ain't trying to protect him. Thank you, Ben and Coach McCarthy. Safe travels on your way sunward. Remember, look, big win. Real exciting.
Cowboys won tonight.
Cowboys win,
Victory
baby.
Friday coming up.
2-2 on our way to winning this division, and then the Super Bowl where Mike McCarthy's going to bust out the good plays.
Relax,
Remember,
Kavanaugh.
you have no idea what anyone's going through, so be cool, everyone. We love you. Be easy.
I may or may not go live later. It's late, but we'll see. We'll talk about it. I'm going to go live.
Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.